song "I See God" for me is like that's my favorite song on the entire project. And the reason why is because, man, it's crazy how you can't really process a lot of times when things go wrong, when things don't go the way you planned it. You know, people do things to try to knock you off your game, to take advantage of you in the process of you trying to do the things that God has called you to do. I started thinking to myself, like, at one point that situations was just like my destiny to be doomed, man. But then when I really began to process things and God began to show me, he began to teach me how all things work together for the good of them who love the Lord and that are called according to his purpose. And man, when I start really thinking about that, saying that over and over again, you start to realize that even the bad things, man, the bad things that you might think is the worst things, those situations are all going to be going back into the very purpose of your life. It's like you go through the pressure, you go through the pain, you go through the hurt, you go through all of that, but all of that makes you something different. All of that changes the way your chemistry works. It changes the way your mind works. It's the way you move. It changes everything about you. You know what I'm saying? When you really do get to the point of really thinking to yourself, all things do work together. You know what I'm saying? I see God in everything. And that's what I've adopted in my life, man. When I run into people who try to take advantage of me, you know what I'm saying? I lose money. It might seem like I lose money in a situation. I started thinking to myself, wait a minute, did I lose money or did I just pay tuition? I just paid tuition. I just learned something else. I learned how not to trust some people. I learned how not to be gullible in some situations. I learned how not to be too nice in some situations. You know what I'm saying? I just paid tuition. So at the end of the day, I see God in that. I see God in everything that changes my situation to be better, makes me stronger. I believe Marvin Sapp said it best, man. He said, I'm wiser. You know what I'm saying? I'm stronger. I'm wiser. You know what I'm saying? I'm better, so much better. When you really start to think about that, you can see God in everything. Every scar I got taught me a lesson. Every single scar that I have, whether that's physical, mental, spiritual, whatever type of scar you might carry, man, just know at the end of the day, God was in it. God was in it. He was doing something to you that made you tougher. He was doing something to you that made you wiser, stronger, and better. You feel me? That's how I see it. That's why that's my favorite song on the album. I see God in everything.